It is November 3rd. Michael Vaughn with Brian Acker. The market is blah, but you've outperformed September and October, especially in the States. What's up?
What is interesting, what's going on, and again, looking at statistics on what is actually working, the stocks that we actually have in our portfolio, what we call value stocks, seem to be percolating a little bit from the bottom up. And yeah, so that with a good slug of cash and a lot of caution in this market, knock on wood, we've outperformed for the last couple months. And I think active managers in general have outperformed basically the index. So a little bit of brain power is working. We'll see how far it goes, but
well, the index is fairly steady, but if you look below the index, I mean, I see stocks that are getting killed.
We have a bear market going on.
A bear market.
Definitely. I mean,
even if the index is steady.
The index is certainly the duck on the pond on a hurricane type of day, but underneath the duck's feet are really paddling. And all sectors, whether healthcare, if you look at consumer discretionary, especially restaurants, anything to do with the consumer is just getting smoked. I mean, just today, I mean, Fitbit is down 30%.
Wow.
Basically saying their Christmas is not going good. So when you
but the consumer is 70% of the economy.
Yeah, and they're pulling back. Savings rates are going up. Even the NFL is blaming the election on poor viewers watching football games. But yeah, so the consumer is not either happy or spending at this particular moment. And when you get on these certainly conference calls on the third quarter, company after company are saying not good things, certainly about the Christmas season. Certainly the fourth quarter and the outlook for 20.
But then why is the index holding up? Is this ETFs?
Yeah, I think, and it's no surprise when you look certainly the shifts in monies being managed. People are dumping the active managers and certainly going into the index type products. And yes, they're looking at cost, but the other thing is just the few stocks, we can call them the FANG stocks or whatever, the Facebook, Amazon, Netflix.
Yes.
They're levitating this market, making it seem quite reasonable and placid, but certainly underneath on individual stocks, they're down, and they're down considerably.
So what's the strategy in this situation? I mean, you used to hate holding cash. Now what's your cash now?
Well, look, in the U.S., we're 20% cash.
Wow.
We have a big election on Tuesday, as you might have
I've heard
about. And again, what we're doing is, and because of our research is very stock specific, we're certainly picking through the garbage, if you will.
Yeah.
But there's tremendous value in this garbage. I mean, if you look at healthcare in particular, healthcare has been smoked. But I mean, if Hillary wins, odds-on favorite, I think we have a big bounce here. Even if Trump wins, yes, he's gonna maybe kill Obamacare, but I think drug companies do very well maybe under Trump. So again, I think a lot of these sectors are because we don't know.
Yep.
Investors are selling and asking questions later after the election. So
people can't wait for this election to be over. I mean, it's just been awful.
I can't stand it anymore.
Good.
First of all, I can't stand it. I can't look at it anymore. But I woke up this morning, as I told you earlier, I think Hillary will win.
Well, that's a switch, because previously, a month ago, you thought the Brexit scenario people might just want to say, stuff you.
Yes, I am totally in agreement with that, and I said this election would be closer than what people think.
Yes.
And I think that prediction came true. It's just, in my mind, at least she's the worst of the two, or the best clean shirt in the dirty laundry. But, you know, on November 9th, this thing gets real messy. So we'll see. I think she ekes out by a nose. We'll see what happens afterwards. But certainly some volatility, market volatility is going to be probably interesting next week, what will happen next week, and just in terms of volatility in these markets. So
There could be a huge amount of selling just before the election, which is, I mean, there's only a couple of trading days left.
Absolutely, but all that has already happened. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's happened over the last month, certainly the last 2 weeks. I could argue people have already squared this thing away. Now we're getting poll results every day, which
Right.
may blow back and forth. But all I'm saying is I think the market is at a point where a lot of these sectors are oversold, and no matter who wins, the market should rally, looking at specific sectors.
Well, turn off the television, Brian. Don't watch until election night, and I'll come and see you after the election. Thanks for your time.
Wonderful. Great to see you again, Michael.